entitled best friend keeps telling people she dated my fiancé first, even though they were together for 5 seconds. So I uninvited her from my wedding because I couldn't take a joke. Izzy and I have been inseparable since kindergarten. We did everything together, shared clothes, finished each other's sentences, the whole deal. When we graduated college, she went on a few dates here and there, but nothing serious. She had this rule about keeping things casual. One night, I went to a bar with friends, and this guy bumped into me, spilled my drink everywhere. He felt terrible and bought me another one. We started talking, and I swear time just stopped. His name was Jake. We talked for 3 hours straight about everything from our terrible bosses to our favorite terrible movies. When he asked for my number at the end of the night, I practically floated home. I couldn't wait to tell Izzy about this amazing guy I met. For weeks, I talked about him nonstop because we were texting constantly and going on actual dates. Izzy seemed happy for me, but never said anything weird until I showed her his picture. She got this look on her face and goes, "Wait, Jake Richardson? I went on 2 coffee dates with him last year." My heart dropped. I immediately asked if it was okay for me to keep seeing him because our friendship meant everything to me. She waved it off, saying they went out twice. She told him she wasn't looking for anything serious, and they never talked again. She even joked that she didn't think we'd last because Jake seemed too quiet for me. I laughed it off at the time. Jake and I got serious really fast. Within 6 months, we moved in together. A year later, he proposed at the beach where we had our first real date. I was over the moon. Izzy seemed excited too and was thrilled when I asked her to be my maid of honor. That's when things got weird. She kept making little comments like, "Wow, moving fast? Or are you sure about this?" I thought she was just being protective. Then I posted our engagement photos on Instagram. The post got tons of likes and congratulations. But then I saw Izzy's comment and my stomach dropped. She wrote, "You better mention me in your vows because he wanted me first, ha ha ha," with 3 laughing emojis. I stared at my phone for a solid minute trying to process what I just read. Jake saw it too. He looked uncomfortable and asked why she would say that. I tried defending her, saying she jokes around a lot, but even I knew it felt wrong. This wasn't some inside joke between us. This was public, and it made both of us look bad. I texted her privately asking her to maybe tone down the jokes because it made us uncomfortable. She responded with, "Oh my god, it's just a joke. Stop being so sensitive." I left it alone, hoping she'd drop it. 2 weeks later, we hosted a dinner party for family and close friends after Christmas. I invited Izzy because despite everything, she was still my best friend. I thought maybe things would be normal again. I was so wrong. The second people started arriving, Izzy was in storytelling mode. She told my aunt that Jake dated her first and she decided to let me have him. She told Jake's brother that I never would have met Jake if it weren't for her introducing us, which wasn't even remotely true. Every time someone new walked in, she found a way to work it into conversation. Jake tried changing the subject constantly, but she kept bringing it back. I watched my fiancé's face get more and more tense throughout the night. After everyone left, Jake sat me down and said we need to talk about Izzy. He told me he felt disrespected in his own home and didn't understand why she was so obsessed with 2 coffee dates from over a year ago. He was right. The next day, I met Izzy for coffee and told her point blank that she crossed a line. She needed to stop telling people this story because it wasn't funny anymore and it was hurting my relationship. She actually rolled her eyes at me and said I was overreacting. I asked her straight up, "Why do you keep bringing this up? What's the point?" She didn't have an answer. She just kept saying it was a joke and I needed to learn to take one. That's when it hit me. She wasn't joking. Something else was going on. Over the next few weeks, I noticed she wasn't involved in wedding planning at all. She never asked about dresses or venues or anything. The only time she engaged was to make another comment about her and Jake's history. I was done. I called her and told her she was uninvited from the wedding. There was silence on the other end. Then she started crying, asking how I could do this to her after everything we'd been through. I told her she did this to herself. I gave her multiple chances to stop, and she kept pushing. My fiancé shouldn't have to feel uncomfortable at his own wedding because my maid of honor can't let go of 2 meaningless dates. She called me cruel and said I was throwing away a lifelong friendship over nothing. But here's the thing. It wasn't nothing to Jake, and his feelings matter more than her ego.